first day we've seen you out. We've been allowed to see you in pads. Just how's it going? You know, in full gear.
It's great. I mean, I think obviously we try and practice almost like this anytime you got shells, but you just that little extra protection. Unless you do some, a few live things. We always try and stay off the ground, but got around the goal line and was able to tackle to the ground for a couple plays. So it just helps from a protection standpoint.
Colin Lisa's back with you. How's he looking out there?
Colin's one of those guys that you can brag on because he's going to come to work every day. He's an humble kid. He's a great route runner, great hands guy. And, you'll see him on not just on offense, but a lot of special teams because we trust him.
Yeah, he was a guy that played at Buffalo last year, but he could have been like an all-conference player here, but you got him back. What was the process this summer like getting him back? Did he just call you guys and say, I want to come? And you had
Well, exactly. He really reached out to us at mid-year about coming back, and it ended up, he just stayed where he was at. And so, it's just all those old guys that were younger guys that could come back, really wanted to. So it's good to get him back.
Yeah, I guess he's one of those guys that knows how you operate a practice and all that. Right. How vital is that with so many new faces?
That's very important to me because, I think our practices are unique. Just everybody working at once, the attention to detail we're trying to have. So anytime I can get one of those old heads back, they kind of tell these other guys, so it helps.
How, I guess, are you still kind of short on numbers in any position that you're kind of concerned about at this point that you really maybe can't do anything about until recruiting? Or
right?
What?
Yeah, I mean we've got bodies.
Yeah.
And and the reason I want to really brag on those walk-ons because we've got as many walk-ons as we got scholarship players, and those guys will have a chance to earn something or maybe have a chance to get on a special team or whatever. But if you talk about really actual scholarship players, it's going to be a whole recruiting cycle before we can get close to 85.
Yeah. Is the O-line kind of one of those spots, or how do you feel about that group so far?
It's one of those groups, and like I said, we've had guys that's been with us, a few that's been with us all the way back since the fall, and that were, they're more kind of depth guys, but some of those guys will have a chance, and then we've got some guys coming in, in the fall, and also some guys we got to sign.
Yeah, I know it looks like Schluger and Pickering as far as new guys. I may have mispronounced the first guy's name right, but how are they kind of looking? It seems like they're kind of working with maybe some high groups or.
Yeah, Slugger is really, we're excited about him. He's got a lot of potential. Was a good player, before, and getting him in here is great. Pickering's a guy that knows our system, so getting him back is good. Obviously, he's a little undersized, to do it, but he's a fighter, and he's going to work his tail off and knows the system.
Good.